So I always start my scores at the piano because I'm a pianist, classically trained jazz pianist, and I just love to get like an organic feel for it, like creating themes. Really, it helps me just get into the inner world of the film by being very physical with the piano. But that doesn't mean that I necessarily write piano music, but that's just the entrance point, because once I've got the entrance point into the film, then I come over here to the studio. And that's where I can really start using my full sound palette, using orchestral strings. I love synth programming, using effects, using guitars, using that sort of thing that I can really sort of spin, like the sort of the germinal seed that began on the piano now gets spun in sort of the larger orchestration. And then by orchestration I don't necessarily mean classical orchestra, or it could be classical orchestra, but now I start to develop, well, what is the unique sound world of that particular film? Because every film needs and has a very, very unique sound world, not just a world of how the music relates to the film, but one that is sort of organically creative, that comes forth out of that particular film. And I always like to create something unique. So I'll come up here, I'll start programming, I'll get into my keyboards, I'll start creating sounds for the film, I'll start actually creating. One of the great things about electronics is I can create a lot of the instruments for the film. So, if it's I'm working on an action film that takes place in the Middle East, I created a bunch of Middle Eastern instruments that I can actually play as part of the score. Then we went and we did an orchestral recording, so that gets layered in over it. But for each project is unique and each project is different. Sometimes I may just use the piano. Sometimes on some scores I've actually brought the piano in, recorded it, and then done things like reverse the piano sounds and have them way in the distance in the background to create very, very unique, organic space for that film to live. So that's part of why each score needs to be unique, because the score's relationship to the picture in every score, in every film, is unique. The score's relationship to the characters, to what you're seeing, to the narrative development is unique every time. And that's the fun, and that's the challenge of film scoring.